Welcome to Solution 21 Million's Guide to Bitcoin. We're here simplifying Bitcoin for everyone. All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something that affects every single one of us, every single day, and that's money. We're going to dive into a hidden problem with the money that's sitting in your bank account right now. And then we'll look at how a totally different system might just offer a real solution. So let's get right into it.
So let me ask you something. You ever get that feeling? You know the one, where your money just doesn't seem to stretch as far as it used to. I'm talking about the price of your morning coffee, your groceries, gas for the car. It all just keeps creeping up, doesn't it? You work hard, you try to save, but it feels like you're on a treadmill, running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. Well, let me tell you, that feeling is real. It's not just in your head.
Yeah, that feeling of your money not going as far, well, it isn't bad luck, and it's definitely not a coincidence. It's actually a built-in feature of the monetary system we all live and breathe in. The slow, gradual loss of your purchasing power is, and you might find this hard to believe, intentional. It's part of the design.
A really good way to picture this is to think of a tire with a slow, almost invisible leak. You don't really notice it day to day, right? But over months and then years, your savings are quietly losing their pressure, losing their ability to actually buy things. This slow leak has a name you've probably heard a million times: inflation. Okay, so to really get to the bottom of this, we need to understand the kind of money we use every day. It has a specific name, and once you get what it is, the whole picture starts to make a lot more sense.
The money we all use, US dollars, euros, yen, you name it, is called fiat money. Now, the most important thing to get about fiat money is that its value isn't tied to anything physical or scarce like gold used to be. Instead, its value comes from just one thing: our collective trust and faith in the government that issues it. That's it. And here's the kicker. Because fiat money isn't anchored to anything real, central banks can just create more of it, out of thin air, whenever they decide to. And when they do that, the value of all the money already out there, the money in your pocket and your bank account, goes down. It's kind of like if a concert promoter suddenly printed double the tickets for a sold-out show. Each ticket would instantly become less exclusive and a whole lot less valuable. But you know what? It wasn't always this way. Before 1971, the US dollar was actually backed by gold, which put a natural hard limit on how much money could be created. But in 1971, that all changed. President Nixon severed the link. He cut the cord. And from that moment on, the fundamental rules of money were rewritten, and the era of truly unlimited money printing began. So, what does this actually mean for us in the real world? What are the consequences of a system like this? Well, the effects ripple out and touch every single part of our society, often in ways most of us never even stop to think about. This brings us to something called the Cantillon effect. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. It just explains who benefits most when new money is created. See, the new money doesn't just magically appear in everyone's bank account all at once. Nope. It gets injected right at the top, to the big banks, to the government, to major corporations. They get to spend it first when it's still worth its full value, before that new money trickles down through the economy and drives up prices for the rest of us. And the consequences of this are huge. I mean, truly massive. The Cantillon effect systematically makes the gap between the rich and the poor wider and wider. It creates these crazy, volatile boom and bust cycles, like what we saw in 2008. That kind of instability fuels social anger and political division. And on a personal level, well, it forces you right back onto that financial treadmill we talked about, just running harder and harder to stay afloat. It's a pretty bleak picture, I know. But what if they were a different way? What if there was an alternative system, one built on a foundation of completely different and maybe fairer rules? This, right here, is where Bitcoin enters the conversation. The very first, and you could argue the most important rule of Bitcoin, is this number: 21 million. That's it. There is a hard, unbreakable cap. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. Period. Unlike fiat money, its supply is absolutely finite, it's predictable, and it can't be changed by any person, any bank, or any government. When you put them side by side like this, the difference is just so stark. Where fiat money has an unlimited supply, Bitcoin's is fixed. Where fiat is controlled by a handful of people in a central location, Bitcoin is decentralized across a global network of users. And where the fiat system is completely opaque, Bitcoin's transactions are all recorded on a public ledger for anyone to see. Because of these massive, fundamental differences, Bitcoin offers something more than just a new piece of technology. It offers a new and much more level playing field for absolutely everyone. Let's just pause on that for a second. Seriously, think about it. What would it mean for your future, for your family's future, if you could save your hard-earned money in a form that no central authority on Earth could devalue just by deciding to print more of it? What could you build with that kind of certainty? And this is the key. The Bitcoin network has no Cantillon effect. There are no insiders who get first dibs. New Bitcoin are issued on a predictable, public schedule to the network participants who secure everything. And literally anyone in the world with a computer can choose to participate. The rules are the same for everyone, and they're enforced by math, not by easily influenced people or institutions. This brings us to a really powerful core idea. Every single dollar that's moved out of the old fiat system and into Bitcoin, well, that's a little bit of power being taken away from that centralized control that causes so many of these problems. It's more than a transaction. It's a vote. It might just be the most powerful vote for equality there is. It's a conscious choice to opt into a fair system. Just understanding this problem, that's the huge first step. The next step is realizing that you actually have the power to choose a different path for your own financial future. So what does all this really mean for you personally? Well, it means you can truly own and control your own money without needing anyone's permission. It means you have a tool to potentially protect your savings from that slow, constant leak of inflation. It means you can join a global financial system that's open and fair to everybody. It changes the whole game from just short-term survival to real long-term planning. Look, if this explainer helped you see money in a new light, please help us share this knowledge. Take a second to hit the like button, share your thoughts down in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives just like this one. Seriously, every little bit of engagement helps us reach more people. And of course, a quick but important reminder, this is all for educational purposes. This is not financial advice. It is absolutely essential that you always do your own research and talk with a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. The world of money is changing. There's no doubt about it. By understanding the system we're in and the alternatives that are now available, you can start to reclaim your time and reclaim your future. Study Bitcoin.